Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Lanette to the stage. Tonight, she is escorted by Councilmember Joe Decca and Suzanne Feaster with Vitalist Health Foundation.
This is a hope that never goes on. It's the heat of the fire that drives out the cold. The rhythm of time beats like a drum. Where you will go, where you will go.
Hey, that's your mom.
This is a hope that never goes on. It's sweeter than honey, more precious as gold. The song of a bird on a lovely night of a moon.
Message of hope. That's what it's about. That was my dear friend David Bailey, who actually survived 14 years with stage 4 brain cancer. A major inspiration. Well, you heard my story, part of it anyways. What you didn't hear is 25 years earlier, my grandmother was diagnosed with brain cancer. And I had the privilege of being part of her caregiving team with my family, and had the privilege of escorting her to heaven. When she took her last breath, I was there. You see, when she was diagnosed, she lived 9 weeks. So when I was told I had a brain tumor, you can imagine what went through my head. Brain tumor? What? I actually got the call while I was sitting at work. In fact, some of my fellow work buddies, the person who came around the cubicle and took the phone from me and got on the phone, she's here tonight. Thank you, Sandy. Many of you have probably had those moments, those life-changing moments. Those moments, that brain cancer word is what caused me to want to volunteer. It was in caregiving. It was in taking care of my grandma that inspired me to want to do something, to give back. So I learned in 9 weeks that I didn't want brain cancer to define my grandmother's memory. So I made my pain pay. I made it become my purpose. And so I started dabbling in volunteering. I tried hospice. I did some other things with elderly families. And it kind of grew, but it wasn't until the 6 years later that I realized that was my training. I was being trained. I now had the caregiving experience, and all of a sudden I was thrown into the patient experience. I was personally dealing with, you have brain cancer. Not once, but 5 surgeries. Then, as you heard in the video, being told it was inoperable. Inoperable? My son's here. You can imagine, as a child, being told your mom, "Mommy, are you gonna die?" How many times can my children be told, do I have to tell them, "No, I don't know. I can't lie to them. I don't know if I'm gonna die." So I took all that knowledge and I decided, you know what, I gotta do something. If it's only one person, one at a time, I need to make a difference. Because unfortunately, I was not unfortunately, but unfortunately, whichever you choose, I was not able to go back to work to what I used to do, and I loved what I did. I did well at what I did, right guys?
Yeah.
But even that was training me for the business aspect of starting Gray Matters. The most important part, and I think that needs to be recognized, are my brain buddies. And I have some of them here tonight too. Thank you for supporting me. Flo, Randy, and I'm trying to remember you all, I'm sorry. I visited them in the hospitals when they were going through it, trying to give back, making a difference. Like my other honorees here have said, it's just about being there, showing up. I think volunteerism isn't just about Well, when we first heard the very first video when we started, he said it's about feeling good, and you're lying if you say it doesn't make you feel good. It does, and I think that's why I continue to do well. I get my scans just like the fellow brain buddies every 4 months, and I go through the stress. Okay, is this going to be it? Is this when it's going to come back and it's going to take me? But it doesn't. I collaborate with other organizations. Barrows, who is here tonight, thank you very much for supporting me. It's actually Dr. Randall Porter, who couldn't be here tonight, but who nominated me. He saw value in what I was doing at the hospital, helping his patients. My doctor, who's also here, my oncologist, Dr. Dardas, thank you. He sees value in what I do because it's a whole package. Any volunteering, it's a whole package. It's being there in the moment, being there for the person, the people, in any volunteering that you do. For me, it happens to be with brain cancer families. I show up, I listen, and it's not that old pat on the hand, oh, I know how you feel. No, I do know how you feel. I know what it is to lose a loved one. I know what it is to watch your loved one take their last breath. And I also know what it is to get your head cut open, to have to tell your family, I love you. I don't know what tomorrow brings, but I know what today brings. And as the video said, don't be defined by the C word. So I would encourage all of you, your pain is personal. It doesn't have to be cancer. It doesn't have to be something mega, but just smile at somebody when they're having a bad day. Just take the time to do something, much like you've heard all the other honorees say. It's just that one, and that's one of our taglines, if only for one. If you can do something every day, then you've done a good thing. It wouldn't be right if I didn't thank my husband, who truly was my one when this started. I was dating him. I wasn't even married to him. I was a single mom, and he married me anyways after hearing I had brain cancer. That's an incredible person. I thank him. And mostly, I thank all of you for showing up here, because it shows all of us honorees that what we do does have value. And in closing, if you know me, you know I love with all of my being. And my favorite verse, it's on my brochures, it's on my website, Proverbs 17:17. A friend loves at all time. So if you want to be loved, then you be my friend. Thank you.